try and put it down a bit. Okay. Put your seatbelt on for me. Okay, if you could put your foot on the brake pedal for me, and then onto the gas, and just sort of do a little bit of switch in between. Yeah, you're happy with that?
Yep.
The difference between them?
Yep.
Okay. Alright then, I'll see you in half an hour.
Done.
No, we're going to be back in like 10
50,
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still running, so you need to deal with that. Yeah.
Do you want me to just bring it round here?
We'll drop it around the back because we don't need it until 11.
Okay, cool.
Very good. Right then, just again, briefly through that throttle, brake throttle.
Yep.
Happy?
Yep.
Okay, alright, pop it into gear and let's start to make our way around the bend, yeah. So little pillar box window, big long bonnet, obviously sitting quite far back. Very quick steering rack with these SLS, and you're certainly going to feel every little undulation. And I believe this particular SLS has the sport suspension from the factory. You can have like a standard setup or a
Harder one.
slightly more performance-based setup, yeah. Cool. We're going to head up the access road, head all the way up toward the top end and have a couple of laps of that south circuit, yeah?
Yep.
Cool.
My God, what a gorgeous car.
Serious, eh?
Oh, that's just beautiful.
They sound even more aggressive, the V8s. The different crank rods, pistons, and just the one silencer with the exhaust. So here you are, we'll just set up a couple of laps around this south circuit and then we'll head down for an acceleration braking exercise. So round you go, and we're in business.
Now around here.
So, rolling into that on the exit of the corner as you are. That's great. Braking before the bend, good. Balance. Back into that power on the exit. Brakes again. Lift off, turn in. Patience. Power on the exit. Good. So you see what I mean about that steering rack?
Yeah, it's tight.
Far less input,
Yeah.
and you get much more reaction from the car.
Oh, it's way tighter, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the SL's actually quite a heavy car, and it's more of a GT, of course,
Yeah.
you know, whereas this is more of an all-out supercar. There's things on rails in the corners.
Just that sound. You might just with the sound.
Yeah, you're just driving in tunnels all day, yeah?
Oh, wouldn't you just? I reckon I'll never be able to build enough of these.
Okay. Good stuff. Well, we've got a little bit of heat into the car. We're going to head out towards the exit, and we'll give you a run up the old
This way?
dynamic area. That's right, yeah. We'll pop it out through the barriers here, and we'll make a right turn and follow the CLS back down the access road, okay? Yeah. Such an event to drive, you know, it's a tactile
Glorious,
raw.
mate.
We're heading back in through the gap in the blue cones, okay?
Yeah, definitely a longer car.
Yeah.
You can feel that.
Okay. And we'll just line up and wait for this guy to finish up. And we'll get involved with that acceleration braking. Yeah?
God, this, even at idle it sounds gorgeous.
I remember the first time, well, we launched it last year at Dunsfold, the Top Gear facility. Towards the end of the day, we had a chance to have a little bit of a play with it. Yeah, lots of fun.
Just something with 240 miles per hour and the speedo does it for me.
Right, you ready?
Yep.
On the power, away you go then. So, picking up the throttle and away you go. Brakes.
Jesus.
Serious
Oh, I love how the
stuff,
bloody boot spoiler thing
air
comes
brake
down.
comes up, yeah. Amazing, there we go, heading up towards the end. And the little blue cone. So yeah, you've got 0 to 60 and 3.8 there.
Oh yeah, you can feel that. Absolutely.
The car's quick at 60 and pulling up even shorter than the SL.
That's unreal.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's unbelievable that a car can pull up that fast with that kind of speed. It's ludicrous.
It's pretty crazy, yeah. Very good. All right, we're going to make our way just in behind the bus shelter on the right here, and we'll get involved on the circuit. Okay, eyes right, just to make sure we've got some room. Okay, let's get out before this guy. That's absolutely fine. That's cool. Cool. So fixed input. Just try and keep your hands in the same place, and just give yourself a little bit of time just to find out where you are with that grip level again. But of course, we've generated a little bit of a feel for things on the south track of the dynamic area. So brakes on before the corner, blend off, indigo towards the final cone then, and rolling the lock off. Same steering lock the whole way through the corner, and now we're starting to build a little bit more, and you can let it go on the straight. Brakes on, stay on, lift off at the cone, turn in, back on the power. The gear change is very, very sharp, isn't it?
Can't even feel it.
Brakes on, lift off, turn in. There you go.
That's unbelievable.
No sooner have you got on the power, it's time to brake.
Oh, I know, it's phenomenal.
Back on the power on the exit smoothly. Touch on the brakes, get the car turned in, well done. And then roll the lock off gently with some power. Brakes again before the corner. We'll think about this white line on the right, try and stay with it, then switch back. Now we can get on the power.
It finds a sweet spot, doesn't it?
A really sensitive throttle pedal, you know. Difficult to be smooth at times. Into this cone. Two.
That's ridiculous.
Brakes on. So initially you've got to work on being a little bit more assertive with the brakes, because if you go light and then really heavy, by the time you turn in, the rear end's really light, yeah? So just try and develop one consistent position with that brake pedal. So you're scrubbing speed off in the same manner every time.
Yep.
And you can use that same braking point, you know? Brakes on, lift off, try and stay wide. Back into that throttle again, using all that space. Brakes on, stay on, lift off, turn in, balance, final cone. In towards this cone. Power. That's more like it. You can go past the brake board, but a couple of meters after that brake board, that's when you can develop that one position on the brake pedal. But the margins are very small, aren't they?
Yeah, there's not a lot of room for error, you're right. That is just ridiculous amount of power.
Pretty nuts, huh?
The sad part is our country's built for this car. They won't, speed limits are a joke.
One position on the brake pedal without ABS becoming involved, and just ensuring that that weight's on the front end to get the car turned in. We'll do one more lap, yeah?
Yep.
Tango Mango Tango 0. Yeah, we'll do one more lap of the north track, and then we'll meet you at south circuit entrance or wet circle.
Wet circle, if you've got where everyone's in, I'll meet you at wet circle. I'll follow you around and then out.
Okay, see you then.
It's got a real nice balance to this car, hasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. It's quite an easy car on the limit, to be honest.
It's almost too easy.
Brakes on, stay on, smooth off, perfect. That's the thing with supercars. They have to have that edge. believe me, when you're starting to get into an environment where you're getting over 100 miles an hour regularly, you have to respect it.
Yeah.
Definitely. But it's approachable performance. Really torquey linear power curve.
Yeah.
You know, very nicely balanced chassis. We're going to make a left turn just out of here and head down towards the wet circle where we can pick up DSL once more. But yeah, when you start to drift the car, you've actually only got 1 1/4 locks turn.
Yep.
So most cars have 1 1/2. So you just have to be careful of that. But yeah, easy to get to that 80–90% capability. We're just going to park up here on the right into one of these car park spaces, and we'll just rest up here for a minute. It's all over too quick, eh?
Mate, that was worth flying here for, just
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that.
That's amazing
Oh,
feedback.
it's got a different brake.
You've got an electronic parking
okay.
brake, so if it's push in,
Just press it.
yeah.